You guys missed out, man.
Oh my
You guys
god,
super
dude.
missed out.
We just had a
So
20-minute
so here's the
episode.
deal. Here's the deal, guys. All right. So
It's gonna be a
Blackie
little different
Chan,
entry.
Blackie Chan's responsibility has nothing to do with the
Oh,
recording
oh shit.
of the show. All right. So we started this show right now. You guys missed a great 20 minutes
Why?
because Blackie Chan was like, it's when we start recording late, we like to just get right into it because we start to get
We don't have
real
as much
tired. We
time.
hit a wall.
Yeah.
We hit a wall
Yeah.
pretty quick.
That's quite literally what it is.
And, and you guys can tell, I'm sure if you get to the end of some of our episodes, you'll be able to see it. And
Oh my
so we
god.
just like to get going. And so he's like, "All right, you ready?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm ready." He's like, "All right." And then he starts going. And because it's my responsibility to hit record, so it's never something he would ever have to worry about.
I can't.
I personally could
Even if
have
I wanted to.
easily been like, "Hey, give me a minute. Let me start the record before you get going," because that is my responsibility. He's
I don't
never
have
had to think
access,
about it. He's
and I
never
don't
had to
have
think
access.
about it.
I've
All
never
right,
started
guys?
flowers.
He's never had to think about it.
Yeah.
It's not in front of him. The record button's not in front of him. He never has to press it. I always let him know when we're recording. This literally couldn't be any less his any less his fault. Like,
Dude, I fucking looked at that. I looked up to see the time, and it
yeah.
was at 0, and I go,
Oh
I
no! Look
go, "Wait."
out!
Then I remember
Yeah.
all of a sudden, I
Now there
remember
are
seeing
some
the record
benefits. There
sign.
are some benefits, you guys. Okay. The first benefit is you didn't have to hear him fucking call everybody beautiful people for
Oh,
30 minutes. All
no.
right, for
Why did you
like
remind me
seven,
of
eight
my
minutes,
amazing,
dude.
beautiful,
Oh
articulate,
my god. And then it is not a special
significant,
episode. All right. This is the
special
anti-opening.
Bleach, Thousand-Year
All
Blood
right.
War, Part 2,
Jesus.
episodes 14 through
We are covering
26.
Bleach. God damn
Tw
it.
26.
Permission to cry, sir.
Golly, that hurts.
It
That
really
hurts.
does. So we started off, you guys missed a beautiful apology from me. So you missed the shitty intro. That's the benefit. The downside is you
Different.
missed a beautiful, beautiful apology from me.
Very different
Okay.
intro this time.
So the apology has to be out there in the universe because I feel fucking terrible. All
I
right.
apologize on behalf of Mr. Hogwarts here that you guys got that shitty intro.
It's all right. I just use magic to fucking bring that record back. All right. I'm just rewinding the time, baby.
Oh, you don't have Will's sword? I don't want to hear you talk about
Oh,
magic.
damn. Damn.
Oh,
Anime
damn. Oh,
references.
damn. Shit.
Yeah. So I do owe you guys an apology again, which I really don't want to fucking do anymore. Now that I'm
Yeah.
apologizing twice,
Can you stop?
I
Yeah, I was
immediately
like,
am
that
like,
was
fuck you
cringe.
guys. Fuck you
Yeah,
guys,
that
dude.
was
I'm
cringe.
not apologizing to you. But I
Enough.
am. I am. Dan to Dan.
All
Okay.
right.
The last
Yes,
episode,
that's what he was really apologizing
I
for.
called you guys a bunch of fucking weirdos. I said, stop being fucking creeps. You're the reason people judge us. Turns
Yeah,
out I hit pause at the perfect time. Because
perfect
even if
time.
I was explaining earlier, even if I would have just been like, oh no, I can't watch this fucking weird anime sex shit. And if I went to go hit pause and couldn't find the button, I would
You
have
would have
figured
been
it
like,
out.
oh. So, again, quick recap. Mr. Comedy Hashira over here watched Dandadan, and he
I
told me
did.
about it. And
I
he was
did.
like, yo,
It's so good.
it was a big hyped anime. This shit's going crazy right now. I
Yeah.
wanted to try it out. I couldn't make it through half of the fucking first episode. And so now he's saying, oh, not only can I make it through
Yes.
that first episode, I
It's
watched the whole season
it's
or
so
wherever
good.
it's up
Wherever
to
it's
now.
up to right now. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good, guys. I'm
Jesus
sorry.
Christ.
I owe you an apology. That's my bad. That's on me. All right. I promise you next time I will not change anything because you got to stop being fucking creepy.
Yeah.
All
And I've
right.
seen a lot of hype around Dandadan, but only once it's come out.
Yeah. Yeah,
Unlike
it's
Solo
it's
Leveling,
so good.
before it came out, I heard about that, and that's
Yeah.
what I try to compare it to when we were talking to ourselves earlier.
Right. Apparently we were well, I mean, we were talking to each other, you know?
Yeah,
We were talking
to
to
each
each other. We were
other,
having a great fucking
ourselves.
conversation. Unfortunately, we were having a phenomenal conversation
With no
actually.
cameras around.
On the plus side is that's terrible grammar. I apologize. See, it's
But
already
on
happening,
the plus
guys. This
side
is what
is
happens when we record super late. Shit
oh,
gets a little fucking
Jesus.
weird. All
Yeah, like,
right.
we forget to record and shit. Go
Uh
ahead.
one of the benefits is that you didn't have to deal with like the 5 minutes of dullness where that it took us to kind of get going and stuff like that, and you kind of
Oh,
got
yeah.
locked right in.
Yeah, this isn't dull at all.
Turns out rage and the anger me and Blackie Chan feel
Man. Oh,
is got us going, you know?
oh. No, that's not gonna sit well with me ever.
No.
But yeah. I
No,
will
no,
I
I'm
will
not gonna
also
sleep
be
tonight.
trying
It's
out
great.
Dandadan as well. And is Dandadan, real quick, is that a
Dandadan.
mage?
Dandadan.
Oh, I thought it was Dandadan.
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 Yeah,
Is that a shonen styled anime or is
I
it
believe so.
a okay, cool.
I believe it's a
So
shonen.
is it mage oriented? Is it like
Ooh,
swordsmanship
so
oriented? Is it what type of
like
combat?
extraterrestrial and ghosts. Aliens and
So like
ghosts. It's not confusing. Aliens and ghosts.
right, but like who are
Paranormal.
the aliens? Who are the ghosts?
What do you mean? Who are the aliens? Who are the ghosts?
Like what do the people fight those people with? Like what does the
I'd be
main
giving some
character
stuff
fight
away.
people with?
I'd be giving some stuff away.
So you can't say the style of
Mm-mm.
like
Mm-mm.
combat.
Mm-mm.
All right, fair enough. All right,
Mm-mm.
okay. We'll end up watching that. We'll end up, or I
All
will end up
right.
watching it, and
Yeah.
we'll do a review on that.
Unfortunately, I could tell you,
Yeah,
and it wouldn't give a lot away, but you
but
would
you just
watch it.
want me to
Yeah, you would
see
watch
it,
it and be upset that you knew that.
right?
You know what I mean?
That you knew what was gonna happen when it happened because
Like you would
they
watch a
do a
part of
good
it.
job of kind of like holding it in.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
all right,
Absolutely.
fair
And
enough.
so you'd be like, "Oh, it didn't ruin anything, but like I wish you would have the experience of watching it, right?
Right,
That's
yeah,
huge in shows. The experience of like you first seeing it and not
right,
knowing that it happened, shit like it's
right.
literally part of the conversation you guys missed was me talking about how I don't look up any statistics. I don't look up anything because of my freaking crippling fear of having something freaking spoiled for me.
Well, and it's funny too because this is an interesting point too. We're talking about Dandadan, and you made it a point to not tell me their power system, kind of,
Right.
kind
Yep.
of what they want to do.
Yeah.
But for Windbreaker, you didn't give a fuck at all. You were like, you need to watch this. All they do is throw hands.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's no
It's
twist on it.
polar opposites, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I get depends on the show.
That was what you described as
Yeah.
Windbreaker
Yeah.
versus
Just
now
out
you're
there
like,
fucking
no,
fighting
you
in the
need to
middle of the
watch
streets.
to see what happens.
Yeah. But also, you guys gotta understand, I'm really, really good about not spoiling things when I'm like telling him to watch a show.
Right.
I'm actually pretty good about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you'll be like, "Oh, what's it about?" And I'll
You
be
get
like,
an authentic
this,
reaction.
this, this." And then you'll be like, "Okay, what about is it like this?" And I'll be like, "I can't say."
Mhm.
Or is it like this? I can't say. Because I know how much joy I have when I
And
first watch
finding out.
things. Right. And I don't want to take that from people. Kind of asshole does that.
Well, and don't you think sometimes you even think outside of that where you're like, maybe I didn't care for that, but I think someone would.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where you're like, I
Mm-hmm.
made fucking
Absolutely.
wouldn't give a damn if someone told me that, but I can see that it could fuck with
Right.
someone else.
It could fuck with somebody. Yeah, and like I said with this one, like the power system, if I went over like how they fight and kind of went over a little bit of the basics of the power system, like I said, it wouldn't truly ruin anything, but it would take an experience away from you,
Yeah.
which would kind of suck.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could see that being similar to Kaiju number 8. I wouldn't really want to tell someone what the power system is to like
Yeah,
Kaiju
you couldn't
number
be
8.
like, he fights him. What do you mean he fights him?
In
Well,
a
he
like
turns into a
giving away,
monster.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then it's like you
And
ruin
fights
it.
him. It's like, well, fuck, dude.
You just ruined it. You
Right.
ruined that.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a
That's a
normal
great
question to
example.
ask. So
It's a great example.
you, the person with the knowledge, you have the burden to determine what's important or what's not.
Yeah.
Because the person has the right to ask.
Right.
Because they don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
knowledge is power, man. Knowledge is
Damn.
power.
Comedy Astra getting deep tonight.
I got bars, son. Also, I'm half
Damn.
asleep right now.
Let's call you Thanos, man. I
Oh.
am inevitable.
I am inevitable.
I'm the
Also,
only one who
don't nobody
knows.
snap like that, dude. Don't
I'm the
nobody snap like that.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that knows that.
Yeah. Side note, so you ready to get into Bleach? Ready to get into some Bleach?
Yes.
Part
Bleach,
2?
1,000-Year Blood War Part 2, episodes 14 through 26. Let's do it.
Right. That is right. How do you feel about it as a whole? Or do you want to
Again,
go over that at the end?
Right, like we left off at finding out 300 episodes worth of what the fuck's going on with Ichigo in his past.
Yeah.
So that was, I still bring that up now because it was such a, like, what took you guys so long?
Right.
We're
I thought it was
300
cool.
and something episodes deep.
Yeah, I don't think I was as bitter about it. I thought it was cool.
I was bitter.
Yeah, I know. I was
I don't know
bitter
if you could
about
tell.
how you found out. Or how I found out.
I
You
was
know
like,
what I mean?
me. I was
I
like,
don't
why were
mean you
bitter
in particular,
about
like
me?
you as the viewer. Like, I don't like that we just now decided to start having fucking post-credit scenes.
Oh yeah, that
After
too.
300 episodes
that have very important information.
that have fucking life-changing, show-changing
It changed your life.
information.
That's crazy.
It did. It did. I'm gay
What
now.
did it change? What did it change? All right.
A lot,
I'm glad you
clearly.
came out. I'm glad you
Dude,
came out.
hey,
You heard
man.
it here first.
One love. You know
You
what I
heard it
mean?
here first. Somebody
You
clip
heard it here
that.
first.
Somebody ship it.
All right, guys. So we're gonna start this
Yeah.
episode off with an apology. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
No.
Man.
So
Oh God.
all right. So you know how Ichigo's training with the fat dude, Ichibe?
No, he's not training with the fat dude.
It's Ichibe up
When?
there at Squad 0.
He's not training with him.
Yeah, he is with the dude with the brush.
No, he's going through that little mist.
Oh,
That
he's
like,
the one who
void.
took him there, though.
Right.
All
Yeah,
right.
he's not training
All right.
with him.
My bad.
Yeah, let's be
You meant
specific.
it literally, and
Yeah,
I
let's
did
be
not.
specific. Yeah.
Let's not. Go fuck yourself.
Is this not a review? I don't.
Yeah, and so that dude's got to be the strongest one, right?
Well, he's the captain of Squad 0, Ichibe.
Yeah, but like, it doesn't mean he's the strongest. It just means he's the captain. You know what I mean? Like the captain of a sports team. It doesn't mean they're
Think
the
about
best.
Bleach, though. Does the captain mean that they're the best of their squad?
I mean, for the most part, yeah.
Name one captain who's not better than their underling.
You know what? All right, dude.
You're wrong.
If you want to keep making good points, go for it. Fuck. All right. I'll be right here cheering you on. All right. I'm so goddamn fucking proud of you. Have you ever tried that, by the way? Just aggressively shouting nice things at people?
No, but I've seen it in
it's
a
a
meme
lot of
before.
fun. It's a lot of fucking
hilarious.
fun. It's a
I
lot
hope
of
you have
fun.
a nice day.
But yeah, so he's in the mist training, right? Fucking Chad and Orihime are in fucking Hueco Mundo. They're training.
Chad is at least training. I don't know what Orihime doing.
Dude, she looks so goofy in the new. I can't get behind her in the new animation.
They don't have her in there that much, to be honest with you.
No.
Orihime and Chad, they don't have in 1,000-Year Blood War generally to this point.
Yeah.
Episodes 1 through 26.
Yeah.
They don't have them.
And
in
full
there
disclosure,
much.
guys, I am caught up in the manga, or not in the manga. I'm caught up in the anime.
You can't read.
I
Go
can't.
ahead.
No, I'm illiterate.
I was like, wait, hold on.
I'm caught up in the anime. So the only one I haven't watched is the new episode. I don't know when we're going to put this episode out, but the new episode for this week, I have not watched yet. But other than that, I am all the way caught up. I believe you haven't started the new season yet, correct?
Nope.
All right. So just so you guys know where we're at and the perspective we're talking about everything from. He hasn't moved on.
Not all the way caught up.
I've kept up. Yeah. Fucking
Well,
Uryu's second
try
in
not to
command,
ruin
right?
some shit.
No,
Yeah.
I won't. I won't. Uryu. Fuck. This is gonna
Are
be a
you
long
alright?
day. This is gonna be a long day.
The Quincy nigga.
Second in command. Yeah. Second in command.
There's a lot of Quincy's. You know who
I
I'm
didn't
talking
like
about.
that. I didn't like that. Because that's when we find out, right? That he's a successor.
Yeah, and there's a big
He's
turmoil
up
there.
to something, dude.
But hold on. There's a turmoil there that I think was glanced over in the show, where they're like,
Oh,
"What
where
the
there's
fuck?
like within the
This dude,
ranks that
yeah,
this caused.
like
He's an outsider.
they've been in the shadows the entire time, studying the Soul Society, doing planning, prepping, all this
Yeah.
shit for years.
Yep.
And
1,000
then
years, right?
imagine,
1,000
yeah,
years? Yeah.
thousand
1,000
year
year
blood
blood
war,
war.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was
Oh,
amazing.
oh, I get
Oh my god,
it.
where'd you get that?
Yeah, all right. So yeah, they've
But
been hiding and shit.
yeah, imagine being that next in line nigga who has to watch Uryu come in like Bronny James after all the hard work that you put in and be handed a second round pick.
Well, Jesus. All right,
It's
dude.
like-
I don't know what you're trying to do here, but I don't like it. Is this a trap? It's probably a trap.
No, but
So,
think about that.
well, and what's interesting too, I agree with you. I agree with you. But what's super interesting about it is that most of the people aren't like, well, why isn't me? They're like, no, it should be that nigga.
That nigga, because he's
Which
actual
that's
heir.
rare because typically in shows and cartoon, even in real life, when something like that happens, they're like, "Oh, I should be the one. I should be the one," and everybody's like, "Hey, it should be that nigga." And usually, when everybody thinks it should be that nigga, it probably should be that
That
nigga.
nigga.
You know
So
what I mean?
is it gonna come full circle? That's something that
Yeah, that'll be
they
interesting.
linger.
That'll be interesting.
They linger on
That'll be
here.
super interesting.
Yeah.
And
But
then
they just
fucking
kind of bypass it and then
they
they
do.
move into their
Well, I mean, they show little tidbits
invasion.
here and there to kind of show how
Some of the
how
turmoil.
the turmoil. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. I was gonna call it dysfunction.
Yeah.
How the turmoil is kind of like festering
Yeah.
within their
I
ranks.
wonder how that's gonna full circle, dude.
Also,
I
why are
really
we
do.
calling all like why are we giving all the Sternredders fucking letters? What's the deal with that?
It's better than the actual names because their actual names are freaking tough.
Ah, fuck, I can't keep up,
So,
dude.
to be
I
honest,
can't I can't keep
like
up.
I have a nickname for everyone, let alone
Yeah, I cannot keep up.
their full on
Dude, I
names.
don't even remember my kid's birthday accurately. You know what I mean? Like, there's no
I
way I'm
mean,
gonna be able to remember all these names that I can't pronounce already. What are you
dude,
doing? What are
I'm
you
looking
doing?
at these names. I'm
And then
looking
the
at these
names of the
names.
moves are in fucking German.
Yeah, like I can't
Dude,
even.
you guys, how many times have I messed up on this podcast episode in the last 15 minutes? And now Bleach wants me to fucking remember German? I can't even speak English.
No, yeah, they love their ethnicities though. They got some Mexican shit in here. They got some
Oh yeah.
German shit in here. They got some
Yeah, they do. They do love pulling from
like
cultures. Yeah,
cultures. Yeah.
yeah,
So
different
that is a
cultures.
dope concept that they
I didn't
continue
even
to
make that
elaborate
realization,
on.
but they do.
It's
Uh,
rare.
yeah, I don't know if Chad personifies a Mexicano for me, but I mean,
They
I
have Hueco
guess
Mundo. I mean, that's pretty much
yeah,
all Mexican.
yeah. But
Am I
but
wrong?
no, it's they are, but it's just like, man, is that what you guys view as Mexicano? Like, come on, man.
No, I mean they definitely could have done better, but considering they no other animes talked about Mexicans, you
Yeah,
know
I
what I mean?
wonder. I would love to go to Japan and just see how many Latinos are out there.
Not a lot. I
I'm
could
all,
tell you right now. Probably count them on one hand.
I mean,
That'd
you
be
know
insane too, huh? That'd be
that.
insane. Like an entire country, you count them on like two hands.
I mean, it's an island more than anything, really. Start bringing up
Okay.
the numbers. There's 7. I mean, but we're more of like an island. I
Yeah.
wouldn't call us a country.
Right. But no, I mean the big situation going on at this point is they got their bankais taken. They're training because they just
Well,
got their fucking
dude,
asses
who's the
kicked.
fucking the dude you do his voice well? The fucking the science squad, the dude
Oh,
with the mask.
and Mayuri. My
There you
name
go.
is Mayuri, and
Not bad.
Yeah.
Walking into
And
it, that
I'm
wasn't bad.
inclined to discuss what's going to happen and
This
what I decided to do.
this nigga is in his element right now.
That sounded pretty good. That was good.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
But like he is in his element. Like all this war is like raging,
Mhm.
and I'm not sure if you remember from
He's the only one
actual.
who's
Yeah, I'm not sure if you
keeping his
remember
composure.
from like the original series, but Udahar had to bring him from jail. Remember, like
My
when he brought
who?
him onto his squad, Maori.
Wait, hold on. Urahara. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I lose track of all the
So many
Uryu,
people.
Urahara,
Yeah,
Uebara. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like I lose track.
you're good.
But
You're good.
Urahara is the green nigga.
Yeah, he brought him in the original series. They showed that backstory where he brought him in from like he was a prisoner.
Mhm.
So not only is he like super crazy smart and a scientist, but he was a prisoner, which means he's violent.
Orochimaru Orochimaru 2.0, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he is. And so you get all that, and it's like he's fucking. This is his element. War
Yeah.
is like the perfect scenario for him.
Yeah. He thinks 30 steps ahead. He's a chess
Yeah.
player.
And one thing I do want to mention though is because you brought up them like hiding in the shadows for 1,000 years
Yeah,
before
that
they
was the
come
big
out.
point.
Like,
Yeah.
all right. So if he was hiding for 1,000 years, I actually wrote this down to talk about because I was thinking about it the whole time. Because fucking their leader, what's the name of the leader of the Quincy's?
Ewok.
So that motherfucker.
Or in other words, the Uhabara, I
Yeah.
think. You can call him either
Yeah,
word, but I call him
whatever.
Ewok because it's easier.
Yeah. So he was there for that. So he was
Old
part of
man
the original
Zengetsu.
Quincy's.
I'm just playing. Go ahead.
I fucking hate shit. Just randomly shout out names that you remember from the show.
You can call
Uh
him any of those.
yeah.
it'll,
So
it'll
he
line
was
up.
in the original war, right? Where the Quincy's got wiped out
Yeah.
1,000 years ago. So and he lost to Old Man Yama.
Yes. Or young man Yama.
Young Man
You know what I'm
Yama.
saying? You know what I'm
Young Man Yama.
saying?
Then he goes and hides in this void because that's where this is the season where we find out that they're hiding in the void, like in
Right.
between spaces and shit, right? So he goes,
Right.
hides in the void for 1,000 years, comes out,
They don't
and
explain how the
gives
fuck they do
Old
that, but
Man
they
Yama
did.
the fucking beats,
Right.
right? And kills him.
Kills him.
How are you not as strong, if not stronger? Like, Old Man Yama, you beat his ass once,
He's old.
and you had 1,000 years to get stronger, just like he did.
No, but he got older. He
You
didn't
couldn't
get
beat his
stronger.
ass again? You're fucking soft. You deserve to die.
So is that what you say to LeBron right now because he's getting old?
Yeah, he's fucking soft.
Okay.
Fucking retire.
You're like, LeBron, you had 40 years to be great.
Yeah.
Why aren't you great?
Retire.
Like,
Retire,
you're
dude.
42. Like, you should be the best, your peak physical condition.
Agreed. So we're on the same page here. See, you get it. He agrees with me, guys. You heard him. And then fucking, and then all the Quincy's are fucking giving the Soul Reapers the fucking business, dude.
Yeah, I mean, again, they tried to hype up the training, right?
Yeah.
I'm big on training.
Yep.
I always pay very close attention to anything training oriented.
Yeah.
So animes, you better step your shit up here because they were the entire time in Bleach talking about the little ice nigga.
Oh,
I
yeah,
forgot his
yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Him training, Rangeku, fucking all of them.
Rukia,
Byakuya,
Benimaru.
Renji, Benimaru, all
No,
them.
not Benimaru. I keep wanting to call
Benimaru. I was like,
Benimaru is from
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
Fire Force. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Benji.
Right. The wolf nigga. Soy Fan.
Yep. Yeah, they're all
of them.
going in. Yeah.
All of them are training, and that whole time they were training, I'm sitting back like, man, fuck y'all. Y'all ain't shit without your Bankai.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna do shit without it.
And they're
not gonna come back, and then you're gonna kill him, and then you're gonna take your Bankai back, which is what I thought should have happened.
Yeah,
They didn't
I get
do
it.
that.
I get it.
Urahara comes out with these black pills out his asshole.
Yep. It was like
them
the
little milk
holification.
duds.
By the way, holification is fucking dope.
You like the holification
I
pills?
do like the holification. I like just the holification in general. Like when they get all holified and they fuck shit up. Like I'm here for it. I'm fucking here for it. I like the whole holification idea. Like it's a different level power up. You know what I mean? So you got
No.
Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3. Like you got holification, nigga. Like you got Shikai holification. You got Bankai holification.
Yeah, but
Right?
you're acting like all the captains holify themselves.
They don't. They don't. But it would be
only
like I
Ichigo
like
does.
it. I like the idea of them being able to. Like
Well,
shit's dope.
it's Super Saiyan 3. Only Goku does. It's
Yeah, not
they only
everybody
gave
can
that to
do it.
Ichigo.
Apparently, the only person with powers is the fucking leader of the Quincy's. Fucking what's his name again? Hitler. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Hitler, Ewok, same shit.
Yeah, same fucking dude.
But he's absorbing all the Reishi knowledge and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, again, my point was that the training was bullshit. It didn't mean anything. It didn't do anything. It didn't help them in any way. And they then come up with the fucking holification idea
I mean,
out of their
Rukia got
ass cheeks
stronger.
again. No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. She was able.
No, she
She's never
didn't.
released a Bankai before.
Yes, she has.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, she has. That was stupid. I
What the
apologize.
fuck did you just say?
That's my bad. That's my bad. That's
Holy
on me, guys.
shit.
That's on me. Yep, I deserve this.
Really.
My bad.
Hasn't released the
point.
Bankai.
I was trying to prove point. Got a little carried away. My bad.
I love
My bad.
But
but
you're
her
talking about
Bankai's stronger now.
Kenpachi. You're talking about Kenpachi.
Yeah, I'm fucking. All right, dude. Here's the deal.
That was a dope.
Real quick, I
arc.
have this conversation written on here because, but you actually like turned us right into this conversation. How many niggas in this season did you see where you were like, who is this fucking dude? Have I ever seen him before? They're like, and this is the captain of Squad 7. I was like, I've never seen this nigga before in my life. Not a chance, dude. That is not the captain of Squad 7.
Yeah,
that is
I
not.
think it was with Ikaku. So Ikaku and them were all fighting, and then like 2 other squad captains came up, and
Yeah, I was like, who are these
who
niggas?
the fuck are these niggas?
Yeah. Dude, they like, so does Bleach push the limits? Because one of the things I do like about animes is their development and like the importance they put on side characters, right? We had a whole long conversation about this.
Development.
I'm pretty sure we did a whole fucking I'm pretty sure we did a
Kamihashira.
whole fucking episode of the pod on just like developing side characters, right?
Importance of killing off main characters.
Yeah, and we talked about
I'm sorry, killing off side characters.
Yeah, like
but their importance,
right? And we had this conversation before.
Up. Yeah,
dude, when it gets to this, I can't fucking keep up. I can't fucking keep up, dude.
I'm glad you brought this up too, because it goes to this. Also links to the insane amount of like OP shit that they think of out of their assholes in this show in regards to like powers and abilities.
But we can't give that person that power. Well, let's just create another one.
Like that's an insane ability. Like where did you come? Did you just pull that out of your ass? Like just like they pulled the squad captains out of their ass. It's like it's like
but it's like, dude, I don't know how many people I saw that had screen time that were like main characters, and I was like, I don't know who the fuck this nigga is. Have I even seen him? And I think part of that is just them waiting so long between the shows, right?
No, it's not part of that. It's their fucking bullshitting.
Fuck, what the fuck do I know?
Let's call it what it is. They're bullshitting.
But it's like, seriously, like how many side characters need to be important?
101.
Yeah, and then everybody explains out their powers, which by all means I appreciate. I still don't understand anybody's fucking power, man. I still don't understand anybody's fucking power. We are now 400 episodes in, damn near.
There was a nigga that just off sound. So if you just hear him, he can elude anything in your brain.
And
I'm like, what the fuck?
Illusion by sound. And
by sound, like, it's like, well, what sound are you talking about?
Just if it's sound, it's not an illusion.
To you, and then if I talk to you once, it's over. Like, what does that even mean?
Well, the dude fucking knocked out his own eardrums because he's like, "Hey, thanks for explaining. I understand."
How could he have done that had he been under the illusion?
I don't know. I don't know.
And couldn't you
I've never had a show more where they do that. You know what I mean? Like I don't.
What the
Like, they legit take the time to explain out their power, and
And you still don't.
each time, I go, "Well, that don't make no sense, really." I
It
don't
doesn't
get it.
matter. It doesn't matter. The good guy, the bad guy, it does not
And
matter.
then
Both of their abilities.
so many of their powers are, like, dangerous to themselves. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like Rukia, the example, the one we were talking about earlier, like, she gets to 0. She gets her temperature to 0.
Right.
Why would you want that?
Absolute zero.
I don't want that.
But then it's like, how do you train your body to succumb to that or not succumb to that?
Circum.
Yeah, not
Oh, the
succumb to
legends
that.
of circumference.
Okay. This dude.
But it's like, all right, so now she's like freezing herself to kill other people. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
I don't
All
know.
right, so not only do I not understand this, but now you're gonna kill this bitch because she doesn't know how to control her power that I don't understand. What is happening?
And why did Renji's Bankai not accept him originally? I don't know. It seemed like he had a Bankai he was cool with.
It and it
Where
seemed
did this
I'm not gonna
conflict
lie.
between
I'm
him and
not
his
yeah,
Bankai come from?
I'm not gonna lie. I've watched, let's say 400 episodes of this. I couldn't tell.
I don't know
I
where
couldn't
they're
tell.
getting this
I
shit.
couldn't tell.
You know what? And then for Renji's training, we're gonna make it to where he wasn't connected with his Bankai actually, even though we
Yeah.
wrote in all the times he needed it,
Well, I
used it, and
appreciate
it
because
worked well.
even when
It's
they
like,
brought it up to him, he was like, "What the fuck do you mean?" He's like, "We get along great. Me and my
yeah.
bonkai are dope, dude."
I
And they were
don't know,
like, he was
man.
like, "No, you're not." And he was like, "Oh, I'm not."
Ironically, the only one that really made sense was Ichigo. Ironically.
Like, what
Like
part of
his
it? What do you mean?
whole like power and what he was using and what he wasn't using and how
Mm-hmm.
his powers
Yeah.
align. Everything is actually makes sense when it comes to Ichigo. Him being able to use Getsuka Tensho, like
Yep.
that all made sense. And then even his new ability, the fucking weird ass name that wasn't as cool as Getsuka Tensho, which
Yep.
I think I'm still only gonna use that term anyway.
Well, fair enough. Let's call it what it is, baby.
Because that name was ass. His new name for his new
Yeah.
ability was ass.
Do you
But
like the two swords? Because
I
now we've
liked it.
gotten we've gotten a full season with the
He
two
needed to
swords.
evolve. Yeah, he needed
Do
to
you like that
evolve.
it looks like a handle versus like the normal traditional handle for a sword?
I think one should have been the original, and then one should be the new one. Um, and then go from there. But they kind of made each of those its own entities, like its own
Yeah,
new
the way they
school.
explained it out and stuff like
Right.
that. Yeah, I
So
agree.
I
I
mean,
agree with
it is
that.
what it is, but it's not like something where I was like, man, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
wasn't harping on it.
Yeah, but it's like, dude, like at this point, it's
He's the only one
irresponsible.
though. That
And it
makes
sucks.
sense.
It sucks because I enjoy the show. And it's one of my favorites. It's in my top 3. Like
And
I
then they
fucking love
essentially
Bleach.
gave Ichigo's sword to fucking Kenpachi. Now he has a massive
A
blade.
fucking cleaver. So this is something that you might have missed, but they did say that like the size of your blade when it's released is like the bigger the blade, the more spiritual pressure
But
you
hold
you
on.
have. And that's
Ichigo
why he
had that
probably had
thin
that big
ass
old
black
clever.
blade.
I'm talking about your Shikai form. Your Shikai form. They did touch that one.
Okay.
But they touched over it very briefly and it was like
Okay.
in
So that's
season
why
2.
Ichigo's Shikai was as big as it was.
Yeah, and his sword, they did talk about it. His sword was always released in Shikai,
Right.
which
He's
is why
never
it was
had a
always
regular
big.
Zanpakuto.
Correct.
Right.
Like the second he had it,
It's a
like
Zanpakuto, but it wasn't. It had its Shikai already
correct. Yeah,
because of how much spiritual pressure he
he
had
had.
compared to everyone fucking
Correct.
else.
Yep.
Okay. No, that's
Yeah.
fair enough. But
So
still,
that's
uh,
they did explain that. So and once again, that's just like a fucking a drop in the pond of water. You know what I mean?
yeah. But I mean, why doesn't Byakuya, someone as powerful as him, have a
Have it
massive
released? Yeah,
Shikai?
they don't explain that,
You know
and
what I mean?
maybe they do in the mangas.
And I think they just shit on Byakuya. You know what I
They
mean?
really do. That's my guy right there too.
Um,
That
they
dude.
didn't do him very much justice in Thousand Year Blood War.
No, no, and then he's just like running around pining after
Rukia.
Rukia. making sure
Yeah.
she's okay. Are you okay? Oh, you need to learn control. Oh,
I mean,
you've
she
grown.
always needs
Oh,
to be okay. Like, if it wasn't for him, she would have died even with Absolute Zero.
dude, she sucks.
She
She
sucks.
sucks.
She
She does
sucks.
suck.
Here at OOP, Rukia
Hundo,
sucks. We said
number
it.
44.
Uh, Fuck you. Who cares? It doesn't do anything.
Yeah. I
I don't
don't know
care how
why
many
they
Hadus you know.
I also Renji catches the beats a lot too.
Yeah, but at least he doesn't always need to be saved.
Yeah, not always, but he
He
catches the
sometimes
beats
does the saving.
pretty often. I would say he catches the beats as much as
Well, Ichigo
Byakuya.
catches the beats as well,
Yeah, I guess they all do catch a beat. I guess
which
we can't.
doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. Ichigo's amount of catching the beats makes zero sense.
Well, I actually like it because it's one of the things that we hate about Dragon Ball Z is how often Goku isn't catching the beats.
No, but it makes sense because of how powerful Goku is.
I mean, yeah. Yeah,
Ichigo's
when you look
that
at it
level
that
of
way, yeah.
powerful in regards to scaling, and he's always catching the beats.
Yeah. All right.
Motherfucker had a
You're right.
Bankai, he was still getting his ass kicked by like basic ass. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah, fucking shit,
I
dude.
digress.
I digress. A long digress, good sir.
A
A
great.
long digress.
We've been shitting on the captains quite a bit, but I thought a dope spin to everything was that Wolf captain. The whole heart
What about him?
shit with his
Oh, yeah,
clan
yeah.
and that was a great full circle ending to
Yeah,
him.
I agree.
He ends up obviously becoming a full wolf. You
Yep.
guys will, have already seen that hopefully, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's been out for a while.
Right.
We're not spoiler
Right. I mean,
alerting
it's a
here.
review of it, so hopefully you guys watched it before you fucking
Yeah.
turn this shit on. So,
I would hope so.
yeah, you didn't just watch this to like be like, should I watch it?
Yeah.
You're a dumbass.
Yeah.
Anyway, what did you think about it?
Which part?
The sacrifice, the whole arc of him and his clan, and then the idea of why he wore the mask or the armor.
So he's had an interesting character arc, right? Because he used to look up to the black dude that followed Aizen. Like that was his boy right there.
Yeah,
And
the blind.
yeah,
the
and he
blind
seemed
nigga.
to have put his faith in a lot of the wrong people.
I don't think he like looked up to him. I think he just respected him.
I admired him. I think is a better word.
Yeah.
Yeah, admired. He admired him a lot. He had a whole speech for him, like where
he
was
was the one who got him
admired you."
into
Right.
being
Yeah.
what he was. So
Yeah. Yeah, just like it was a really good fight. Shit was dope. I fucked with him. I was upset that he ended up like turning into a wolf, like a legit wolf,
and he's done.
And he's done. At least we think he's done. Who fucking knows? Because I don't
He's
know how
done.
dead people die. You know what I mean? Because we don't even know if
Why does him
Omeyama
losing his heart end up becoming a wolf? You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't he die?
I
They
would
need to
assume
just kill
so.
people. The importance of killing anime characters.
And to be honest, we don't even
Just
really
kill
know what
him.
happens.
He gave up his heart.
His heart.
Let that be the sacrifice and kill him.
Yeah.
Why
You ain't
not?
gotta
He's
carry
not
him
that
on like
important.
that. No. It's coming off a little harsh,
Why does
man.
he have to? No, why does he have to be a
not
wolf?
important.
Why does he have to be a wolf?
No,
Let him die.
I hear you. I hear you.
He became a human. He made that sacrifice. He threw his heart out. It ran
Yep.
out. Let him
Yep.
die. That was heroic.
Yeah. So you're saying they took away from his death?
Yes.
Gotcha.
It's just the same
That's your
way I
argument.
thought originally the
Yeah.
All Might shit in
Right, where
NHA
where that
and
takes
that shit,
away
and
from
I'm not gonna
his
mention it, but right. Takes away from the impact
right.
it would have.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. That's just a personal preference. But I thought that was even though they ended up keeping him as a wolf, I thought that was a cool full circle for him.
Yeah, and that sucks too because I just can't keep up with all the powers. So not only do they not like fully explain them out, even though everybody's explaining them, but there's just so many people with so many unique abilities in the show that I can't fucking keep up, dude.
They're broken. I mean,
Like
a
at
lot
this
of them are
point,
broken, bruh.
who's it? Like the fucking what are they called? The Stern Ritters, right?
Uh-huh.
The most powerful one was the imagination, dude.
Yeah. He was, and it was just a brain.
It was just a brain.
But
His
he
made
could just
sense.
imagine whatever he wanted.
Yeah, which is a little
Did you not
overpowered.
go, what the fuck is that?
I put in the notes that I don't know how
How do
anyone
you
beats
even
that.
obtain that
And
ability?
even how do you learn you can do that?
You know, DBZ is a very clear power system. Key. You have to have a lot of key. The more key you have, the stronger you are. You can use it in different ways. This shit, spiritual pressure leads to being the brain guy that he is. Like, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where does
And also, was he a body before? Like,
that?
see, I understand that like mangas are the original source material for this shit.
Uh-huh.
There's no way. There's no way with everything we've watched so far in Bleach. There's no way that the manga covers all the questions I have on it.
No,
You know what I mean?
they're still gonna leave some shit
Like I
out.
was like, okay, maybe they would go into more detail about the powers. Maybe we would have a better understanding of certain people's powers,
Mhm.
but there's no way they would answer all the questions I want to know.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Like it's just too
You can't.
much.
You can't. You can't.
Just too
You watch
much.
ability to ability to ability to ability. You're like, this is insane. This is insane. How do you guys keep getting away with this? And then it's
Yeah.
like the whole Mayori shit where he's like 100 million steps ahead and like already knows what people are about to do and already knows everyone's
Hmm.
abilities and already knows everything. And it's like, well, then what the fuck is the point? Like
Yeah.
he knows everything.
Yeah. And then they make all their characters weird too. Like the fucking
And
wrestling
then
dude.
Urahara secretly sent Yoruichi out to go collect things and things like that. I like conveniently. It's like, oh my god. Urahara was there when the
I,
mom was there and then created the Gikai original.
Giga.
What is Gigai original? Like, we just keep on fucking bringing
Yeah.
shit up.
Yeah. I mean, I understand a certain amount of convenience, right? Like you give every show a little bit of leeway because even in real life, from time to time, things will work out the way they're like just so happen to work out, right?
Mm,
So that's true even in real life. So it's like we give you guys some leniency there to play with it a little bit
mm.
to be above real life expectations, but it can't be everything. It can't be every time we see something like there's a connection with something else that's connected to something else where all this shit in the stars perfectly aligned. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, and then we finally see the little girl who like on Kenpachi, who's
Oh
fucking
yeah.
Kenpachi
Yeah, we
fight,
get to see it.
which
She's a
I
fucking
thought that
thug,
was
dude.
dope, but then it
She's a
was
fucking
like
thug.
then she got shit on and then Kenpachi had to fucking come in. But it was like they
Yeah,
give you these moments of like,
but
yes,
even with her, it's like the only people beating the Stern Ritters were fucking captains. Like all the lieutenants were catching the beats.
didn't they say that she was a captain though?
No, she's Kenny's lieutenant.
Oh, lieutenant. Okay.
Yeah. So it was like
But
so the
Renji did
fact that
that.
she
She's
yeah,
Renji
but
level.
the and she didn't get any special training like Renji did. So the fact that she's right there,
You're right. That's a good point.
yeah, the fact that she's right there and she held on for as long as she did is actually low key super impressive.
Yeah, she held on, but I mean, Renji kind of held on when he got shit on as well, but he got shit
Yeah.
on.
And
You know what I
Renji got
mean?
all that special training, like I mentioned.
But that's what I mean, though, is like he got the special training, then he became badass, right? So if she got special training, she probably would have beaten the brain as well.
Yeah. And
However, you know,
like
she got
I
shit on
know
just like Renji did, just like everyone else did.
right, and they brought it up in the last season where they were talking about Squad Zero never coming down, right? And they're like, yo, why the fuck wouldn't you fucking help out with Aizen or any of that shit?
Mm-hmm.
And so I understand like they're not gonna come down for everything and they have to stay there and protect the fucking Soul King and all that shit. But there are certain things you should come down for, right?
Right,
Like
but also
Aizen.
they haven't really even fully explained the Soul King shit
No, they sure haven't.
through 26 episodes.
The one thing I will tell you is in the next season they do touch on that more.
Awesome.
So
It's
you
about
will be
time.
happy with them touching on it more. And that's
Nice.
about all I can say without saying anything else. But
Right.
they do touch on it, and I am
That's dope.
happy
That's what
that they
I was
did.
waiting on. So it
Yep.
makes sense that they did it now
Yeah, it
or in this
sucks
third
because
season.
I'm looking forward to talking about it because obviously I can't talk about it now, but I definitely
Mhm.
have some feelings about it that I would like to discuss.
Oh no.
But we'll see that when we get there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because
Yeah.
that's
Well,
fucking
I did notice in this one, in the one we're currently reviewing, they talked about how Ewok's dad is the Soul King.
yeah.
His
Gotcha.
father's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Soul King.
yeah,
So they mentioned that briefly in this
yeah.
one
Very briefly.
during the Ichibei
Yeah,
dinner
he's the
table
creator of the
conversation.
Quincy's. Yep.
Right. So again, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how they full circle the Quincy's
Yeah,
and
and how
Ewok.
it it's so
It's
it's frustrating because it's like it's so good,
it
right?
is good.
Like
I love this
it's
series.
so fucking good.
Thousand Year Blood War is amazing.
Thousand Year Blood War is the best
It's
out of all
amazing.
of Bleach.
Yeah.
But the show as a whole, it's so good. But it's just like it's too much sometimes. And it's a bit overwhelming. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the chess that this show plays is insane.
Yeah, and like so I've been keeping up with it and
Mhm.
which means I have to watch it in dubbed or in subtitled, sorry. I have to watch
Mhm.
it in subtitle. I can't fucking keep up.
That's insane. I wouldn't even be able to. It'd
I
be
can't keep
similar
up.
to
Like
Oshinoko.
I can read because as far as dialogue's concerned, it's pretty simple. But they're going over all these explanations of like powers and stuff and things going on, and it's so hard to keep up with what they're talking about when you can't watch and process. You know what I mean?
Right. You can't just see what they're doing. You have to, that's what I hate about subbed is that you're reading more than you're seeing.
Right. You know, because like in Oshinoko, there's it's and Jujutsu Kaisen,
There's a
there's
lot.
so much talking that
Yeah.
it's hard to keep up.
Uh-huh.
It's and you know, there's a lot going on, so that doesn't help either. But the
Uh-huh.
main thing is how much talking that's going on, how much dialogue that's happening,
Right.
and how quick the dialogue is happening. Like
Yeah.
you just can't keep up.
Mhm.
And if you can't keep up, you're a freaking psychopath.
You're impressive.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of people out there that only watch subbed.
But like this, I can't keep up because it's just there's so much going on where it's just like I can't process because I'm already moving to the next subject and I didn't get to see what they were talking about.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
super frustrating.
I will say it was incredibly dope to see Squad Zero in action. That was the biggest highlight of this season for me. It was seeing Squad Zero fight because
Agreed.
I this whole time I'm like, how are these niggas
So
actually gonna square up to
yeah, so
motherfuckers?
I would say number one because you know I fuck with Kenny, right? I fuck with Kenpachi,
Yeah,
so I
the
fuck with
brain
him
fight
hard.
was
So so my number one on the season would be Kenpachi getting his Shikai released.
just
Right?
seeing it.
That was one of the dopest things. And then
Mhm.
after that, I would say what you were talking about.
Yeah, you do hold Kenpachi in high regard, but
I
yeah, I
love a good
mean,
battle junkie. I love a good battle junkie. And before we wrap this
yeah.
up, what's like we gotta talk at least briefly about fucking Ichigo finally making his reappearance.
Oh,
And
like before we get into the Squad Zero fights.
yeah, and it's like this dude, he's so goddamn fucking powerful. And they're starting. Have you noticed they're starting to turn him into Goku? Like everybody's logic is
Where you
always we just
can't
have to
move the
hold out.
story. Yeah, you
Yeah, we
can't
have to
move the
hold out. We
story
can't do anything
until
without him showing
right,
up. We can't do shit.
right.
Like
The
what were
needle
y'all
doesn't
niggas
move.
doing before him?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even look at Yamamoto. I mean, it was like, Yamamoto was supposed to be that nigga, and he couldn't even tell that there was an illusion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It definitely is leaning towards the whole
Yeah.
can't move the story unless Goku shows up.
Yeah,
Can't
and
move
I
the story
mean,
unless Ichigo shows up.
yeah, and to the credit, like the head of the Quincy's dude, he did take on the strongest Squad Zero member.
Mm-hmm. No, The
he
strongest
took
one is
on.
Ichibe.
Yeah, that's who he took on. I thought.
No, Ewok is the only one who's fighting Ichibe right now.
Oh, okay. All right, my bad. My bad.
Yeah, because who was it? The black dude, Squad Zero.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
That
know what you're
nigga
talking
was
about.
dope to watch fight. And
They're
he's like a
all dope.
swordsmith.
Were you just like ready for just shit to pop off when you saw? Because like this is the season where you kind of learn the leader of the Quincy's. You learn his plans, right? You're like, okay, so that's what he's been trying to do. He announces Uryu as his fucking successor.
It's
You
kind
learn
of the
more
same as
about
the
his
Bounce arc.
powers.
It's like the Bounce arc. You know how the Bounce are trying to get revenge on their
Hold
creator?
on, that's a hot take.
Yeah.
Let me process it.
I
All right,
just that shit
go
just
ahead. Go
shot
ahead.
into my mind.
Go
It
ahead. Go
was
ahead
like
and
the
make your
second you
point.
brought that up was you were talking about kind of his purpose, right? Like you
Yeah.
find out Ewok's purpose in regards to, his hatred towards the Soul King and why he really wants to fucking kill that motherfucker. And it's very like the traits of his hatred for the Soul King is very similar to the bounce hatred
Hmm.
towards um the Soul
Humans.
Society, or the
It was humans, I thought, right?
no, you remember they were created by the Soul Society, and then they were like outlawed and shit, and then
That's
they
right.
felt
That's right. You're
kind of
right. You're right.
discriminated. But
Hmm.
so theirs was more a little bit more discrimination versus the personal vendetta, but that's ultimately what it was, right? Is like ultimately their creator fucked them over. So now
Right.
they're trying to fuck their creator over.
Right.
And Ewok's
Hmm.
creator fucked him over. So now he's trying to fuck his creator over. That's the
Your
easiest
old
way I
daddy.
can I can
Oh,
put it.
daddy.
Um, but that's what I just kind of noticed.
I mean, yeah, and then he rounds up a whole bunch of the people of the same race and they go after the Soul Society. I mean, it's a
But not
clearly
just the Soul Society, right? Like his main
he
goal
wants to take
is
down the
the
world.
Soul King.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
the
yeah.
Soul King.
Sorry. Yeah, yeah. 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 He specifically has a vendetta against the Soul King and wants to see that nigga dead. Yeah. That is a lot like the Bound arc.
And everybody hates the Bound arc.
That's yeah. It's nowhere near as bad as that. Like you
Isn't
simplified
that
it.
funny? How
Yeah,
it's not
it
even
is.
close.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Because and I was thinking about it. I was like, huh, do I really like this arc? I do. I do really like this arc. Like
Yeah, yep, it's
you
amazing.
when you break everything down in its simplest form, you're right. It is
Yeah,
very similar to the Bount arc. But when you look at like more of the complexities and the fights and just overall quality of everything going on, like
right.
it's a much better
Then
arc.
that's when
It's a
you're like,
much better arc.
okay, and then the
But
rounding out of things
but you're
and
not wrong when you're talking about the building blocks being the same.
right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, the purpose, the
yeah, the
foundation of their
foundation of it
hatred.
is pretty similar when you put it like that.
Right. The only
Yeah.
foundation that's super, super different is the Eisen foundation. His is different.
Yeah. His is
His is
that dude's
we still
fucking
don't even
wild.
know. We still
Yeah,
don't
that's a
even really,
wild
really know.
motherfucker. That is a wild motherfucker.
And
That's all we
that
do
nigga
know.
is, that nigga's got to be the ultimate enemy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
he's a
even
problem.
Ewok, because even Ewok was like,
No,
this nigga's
I don't
dangerous.
want yeah, I don't want problems with this one right here. Fuck this nigga for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see him
Yeah.
in 19,000 years, dude.
Yeah.
Like I don't want those problems, all right? I'll wait.
The nigga manipulated time while he was talking to him, and he was
Yep.
locked up in jail. That's a
Yeah.
nigga for you right
Yeah.
there.
Out of control.
How can he still
So,
use his power while locked up? Anyway,
yeah. No, so you can go ahead wrap it up. I don't want
no, I
to
mean
like go ahead.
the Squad Zero fights was really what it came down to, and that's
Yeah.
kind of where they left off at this point is them going at it. I thought that was an amazing job writing wise and animation wise. I thought they did everyone justice in regards to the Quincy's and their abilities, Uryu and him going up and fighting again, which
Right.
it was pretty cool to see him back in action.
Right.
They did a really good job of giving everybody their moment to shine and giving everybody their moment to cheese and giving everybody their moment to get shit on.
Right.
So
And I can't do any predictions for next season since I already started it.
yeah.
What do you think's gonna happen?
Um, I mean, you already kind of threw away that they're gonna um talk a little bit more about the Soul King, but that's kind of what I was hoping for. Was you
Mm-hmm.
get a little bit more backstory to the Soul King. Obviously, I think Ichibei is gonna fall to Ewok, um, and then I think Uryu. There's gonna be something that either you find out about Uryu or about that he finds out about the Quincy's and shit like that.
You
So
know,
they still got some more explaining to do.
here's the thing. I'm talking strictly through the first 2 seasons and taking my perspective of Uryu in this new season out of it. So when I finished the second season, I started believing that Uryu is a bad guy. Like, so for a while I was like, oh, I think he's just like one of those, get close with the enemy.
Sneaky, yeah,
Yeah, and
sneaky
see
good
what's going
guys.
on. Right.
Make them
Um,
think that we hate each other, and
yeah, I
then
remember at the end of season 2 thinking that I was like, I think this might be legit.
no, he's not a bad guy. You can't. There's no way he writes a guy who's been good the entire time to being bad.
Right. And so, but that's what I thought at the end of season 2. I can't tell you what's going on in season 3 with him, but I can tell you at the end of season 2, I was starting to believe he's a bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just trying to figure shit out. I think it's more personal because of his mother.
Yeah, I know that's a big factor.
Yeah, because I
But
mean, once he realized his mom was killed by
yeah.
Ewok because he absorbs fucking and it wasn't after she lost. Keep that in mind. It
Nope.
wasn't
It's
after she
because he has
lost.
control of all the Quincy's
Right, and he did
and
that before.
yep. Yeah, it was fucked up.
That everyone else that we've seen
That
him
shit was
take
fucked
powers
up.
from, they've
Yep.
been what? Dead or on the verge
Dead.
of
Yep.
dying. He just said, "Bitch, give me your shit."
Yep, you're mine now.
So
And
I
that
think
power's mine.
Uryu's like, man, fuck this
Yeah.
nigga. But yeah, that's what I'm
All right, guys.
expecting a little bit of too. I'm expecting to see some conflict in Uryu.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, all right, guys. We appreciate every single fucking one of you. Me and Sergio have definitely fucking hit the wall. We're definitely hitting the wall. We both see it. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing wrapped up before it starts getting sloppy. As always, like, subscribe, comment,
Yeah.
comment. Remember, a real
Comment,
friend
comment.
tells a friend.
And
Right?
we'll
You got
try to
anything you want
remember
to say to the
to
people?
yeah, we'll
Go
try to
ahead.
remember to fucking hit record next time because I feel like you guys definitely missed out on some amazing fucking combos. 20-minute combo. I think we would have had a perfect fucking episode had we actually hit record there. But again, we appreciate your guys' comments. We
Have fun.
appreciate the likes. Thank you guys. And again, we got Shangri-La coming out pretty soon again.
Yes, sir.
We got
You can't say it again
Dandadan
anymore.
coming out. We got Blue Lock again coming out.
There it is.
And then we got there's one other.
Oh, there's a lot. Solo leveling's coming out soon.
Solo leveling, but there's one that we already have queued. I think. Oh well.
Yeah. Oh well.
We got more coming out though, so
All right,
be
guys.
ready for that.
Comedy Hashira.
Blackie Chan.
We out.
We out.